All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Now I feel kind of insignificant because your glass is so much bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, okay, strong man with no ice.
So first of all, thank you, M-san, for sending us this chiyozuru kose no ippin. It's a umezake. So basically, 清酒の原酒をベースにした梅酒. So it's basically like is this sake mixed with umeshu? But anyways, it's really sweet and really tangy, and I like it a lot. But
Dude,
it's okay for you to drink straight.
You need to try this with ice because the flavor is completely different.
Guys, this is so American. I'm drinking out of Austin's glass and he doesn't care.
Lick it.
I'm not gonna lick it. Get out of here, man. See, for me, that kind of just makes it more like regular umeshu, but with this, I get like the concentration. I'm the guy who drinks espresso straight. I don't dilute it. So maybe some people think that's kind of gross. That's just how I am.
I like drinking lemon juice because it makes me feel strong.
Actually, I will tell you though, when I'm really tired, a lot of times I will squeeze a whole lemon into a little bit of water and I'll down that because it'll give me a lot of energy. I'm not lying. I've done that before.
Okay. How many eggs do you drink in the morning? Like just raw eggs?
Well, actually, I put 2 eggs in my smoothie every morning.
There it is. There it is. Look at this guy.
Yeah, sorry. Let's not talk about my strange habits. But today we're going to be talking about cleanliness or soji bunka, cleaning culture in Japan versus the United States. And so one reason why I wanted to talk about this was because I remember when I first came to Japan when I was a not study abroad student, when I came for my homestay and I stayed at my tutor's house. And that was when I saw for the first time in my life the shower room, and then the washing machine was right next to the shower room. And I thought, oh, that's interesting because in America the shower rooms, the washing machines are in the basement normally.
Yeah,
if you have a basement.
Yeah.
But
or like completely separated from the bathroom.
Yeah. But then the thing that really I was really surprised about was the fact that my host mom did laundry every day.
Yeah.
Whereas like in America, growing up, how often did your family do laundry?
Once a week, right?
Once a week.
You have laundry day.
Yeah, we did once every 3-4 days. So,
yeah. About the same, right?
Yeah.
It's like every 3, 4, 5, whatever days. And it's the idea is like you go through your whole wardrobe, then you wash your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But here in Japan, it's like everyone does laundry every day.
Yeah.
It's like I wear my pants, I wash my pants.
Yeah.
I can wear something else tomorrow, but those pants are now clean.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it kind of extends to a greater, I guess, habit of when you use something, you put it away.
Yeah.
Because like one of the things is like typically if you go into a Japanese house here, they tend to be very, I guess
choose your words carefully.
The word that I will use is where things are where they should be.
Things are where they should be. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I actually don't even know what that means anymore.
No, but like what I mean by that is like if you were to look at the average person's house, and I'm not going to say apartment because I think when people are single here, they tend to have really cluttered houses.
Yeah.
Like marriage, for some reason, kind of turns that off.
Yeah.
And people get like better cleaning habits, or maybe just the women clean everything.
Yeah.
That might actually be the truth.
Yeah.
But like things are put away.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's I feel like there are a lot of things that are visible, but they are put in their place.
But they're put in their place.
It's a little bit cluttered, but there's a place for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, that's one thing that I remember. I was really shocked when at my homestay, they didn't do this, but I remember when I had my first students and I was doing online video calls with them.
Yeah.
And this woman was my student and she did the video call, and to the right of her was a rack with like laundry, wet clothes on it. And I thought, wow, you dry your clothes in the living room? That's so strange.
Yeah. So I've actually heard that this is the same way in Europe.
Yeah.
I've heard that Europeans also air dry all of their clothes. I can't. I've never been to Europe, but I can't confirm this. But like laundry machines are a very like American thing.
Well, I mean drying machines. Dryers.
Or sorry, dryers. Dryers is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Well, so it's funny because when I first saw a Japanese house that had a washer but no dryer, I thought, wow, are they poor or something? Do they not have enough money for a dryer? Or is it just because their house is too small? But it's funny, Natsumi, when we go to the house in the States, she has to use the dryer because it's the culture, but she tells me she doesn't like using the dryer. It's
Really?
nice because it's convenient, but it can shrink your clothes sometimes, or
man.
it can
That's true.
it can hurt your clothes
Good.
sometimes,
Yeah.
And so for her, it's really like mendokusai. It's a pain. So
That's funny.
she would rather hang it up.
Yeah.
At least that's what she said then. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah.
but
It's my wife really wants a dryer.
yeah,
We just don't have space for it.
yeah.
I'll tell you something that
Mhm.
I think is starting to catch on now. You
Yeah.
see this a lot in homes now.
Yeah.
But if you were to go back like 10 or 15 years ago, it's like
Mhm.
basically unheard of. It's dishwashers.
Dishwashers. Yeah. We got one recently.
Oh my God. Like
Yeah.
I remember the first time I came to Japan and like I was visiting my host family
Mhm.
at the time. And we'd just finished dinner
Mhm.
and I was like helping my host mom put away like dishes and stuff. And I was just like, okay, so I got all the things. Where's your dishwasher?
Uh-huh.
She's like, we wash everything by hand.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Wow. Wow.
wow.
But 1930, come back. Yeah.
Okay, why?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I said, I think people are starting to now like really adapt because it's like having a dishwasher is pretty great.
Yeah.
Washing dishes takes a long time.
Yeah. Do you guys have a dishwasher?
No, but
Yeah.
but like that's now. So we're starting to look for new places to live.
Yeah.
And like we have a couple criteria on like places that we want to live, but like one of the criteria is like there needs to be a dishwasher.
Okay.
So-
Well, so what we did though is so the place that we live now was originally built in like 2005, a while ago.
Yeah.
But on the sink, it had a little thing coming out that you could connect with a dishwasher.
Yeah.
So we don't actually have a dishwasher built in, but
is it like a portable or kind of like out?
Yeah. So like,
How to
yeah, it's like to the right of the sink. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not built in. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically to the right of the sink, we have just enough shelf space to have one of those.
Yeah.
And so we bought one and we connected the hose to that thing coming out.
And it's great, right?
But I gotta tell you, dude, tell you though. So it is great, but I actually like it better than the built-in ones because because here's the thing. Because it's not built in, there's a runoff hose that goes into your sink. And at first,
cool.
And at first I was like, oh, dude, this is so tacky. Like I can see the pipes and whatever. But the thing is, it washes out that water with the dishwasher. So then my sink gets sparkling clean. And like after a day of working really hard and then being in a house with kids, small kids, so the house is super messy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is like when I hear it goes, and I hear the runoff come out, I like look at the sink and I just see it swirl all like the scum and stuff away, and then it's just nice and shiny. Oh, that's great. It's so nice, man.
Yeah, it's just like I think like dryers.
Yeah.
I think the term side grade, like you have upgrade, downgrade.
Oh yeah,
Side grade means it's like
same level.
It's the same level. You're not really like getting any positive benefits from it, but it's different, right? I think a dryer is kind of a side grade.
Yeah.
But dishwashers, 100% an upgrade.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. You know, so one of our so I'm just looking at like the comments that people shared for this video, and one person said, in American houses, people walk with their shoes on, right? So the carpets get muddy sometimes, right? So then how do they clean them up?
Okay. So I think there is a massive misconception when it comes to Americans walking with their shoes on.
Okay.
Because yes, that is true. However, it's not like we're like stomping around with like muddy boots all over the carpet, right? It's like, dude, if your shoes are dirty, don't wear them indoors.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, Americans do wear wear shoes inside. At least some of them do.
I would say you wear shoes inside more if your flooring is like linoleum or hardwood. If you're wearing carpets, people tend to take their shoes off more.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. And like you will have dirtier areas. Like I remember in the house that I grew up in, we kind of mostly wore shoes inside.
Okay.
But that kind of changed depending on the area and that we were in the house, and it depends on who in the family. Like if I went to my sister's house, you 100% take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Right. My brother too. Actually everybody except for my parents. But so like I'll give you an example. In our house we had we had a 2-story house, and the main entrance came in at a split. So there was a staircase up and a staircase down.
Okay.
Right. And that staircase was really dirty.
Okay.
All the time, just because people wore their shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like they required like constant cleaning.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like no one's going to be like, all right, cool, I just went and jumped in a bunch of muddy puddles. Now I'm going to go walk inside my house.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? It's like people do care about the situation of the floor in their house. Yeah. I mean, so though you were talking about before how you are under the opinion that Japanese houses tend to be dirtier than American houses, and I want to hear why.
Maybe I don't actually think dirtier is the correct
You mean
word.
messier?
Messier.
Well, okay, messier for sure. Yeah.
Messier. And so here's what I'm going to comment on.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were to teleport to someone's house, not be invited, if you were to just like snap your fingers and appear in their house, you would not be able to see their table.
Which country are we talking about?
We're here in Japan.
In Japan, yeah.
You would not be able to see their table because there would be a bunch of stuff all over it.
Yeah.
Right? And there would probably be a bunch of clothes all over the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong?
You know, it's weird because going back to like the whole shoes thing, right? Is like I think for me the floor is like a fundamentally dirty object because you walk with your shoes on there sometimes. And so when we have like laundry so what happens is at our house in Japan is we dry the laundry when it's dried, you fold it up, and then you put it on the couch before you bring it upstairs. But a lot of times it stays there for a little while, and then my kids love jumping on the couch, and so it falls down, and some of it falls on the floor.
Yeah.
And when I first saw that, I just like when I would see the clean clothes fall on the floor, I always went, "Yeah, right," in my heart. Yeah, but then like my wife doesn't think anything of it. Like sometimes when she's taking the clothes off of the couch, like put them together, she'll like put them on the floor and then take them up. And I'm just like, you're making them more dirty. Why are you doing that? But it's like this fundamental conceptual difference.
I actually agree. I think it's just literally we see things differently.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. In fact, I think you brought up groceries before. Do you want?
Yeah. So
Arthur's going to be complaining about his wife this episode.
Yeah, but no, this is just a culture shock that I had. So actually, I'm curious to hear what Aki thinks about this too.
Yeah.
But so regularly, my wife buys fresh produce, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And in Japan, the fresh produce is always wrapped in plastic.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
But regularly, when she comes home after doing grocery shopping, she'll take the stuff out of the bag and put it on the floor, and then it'll just stay there for a little while.
Yep.
And like I remember seeing like daikon in its plastic like shell kind of wrapper thing, and it was just there on the floor. And it's nighttime and she's gone to sleep and it's still there on the floor. And in my mind, floor is dirty, daikon's on floor, daikon's dirty. I know it's in plastic wrap, but hey, I could kick some dust on it. This is gross.
Yeah.
But then it's funny because then I talked to Natsumi. I said, Natsumi, does this not bother you? And she's like, why? It was in the dirt before. I was like, well, you have a point there.
That is a pretty good point.
I mean, you have a point there, So, and then I remember I asked other Japanese people this too, and they're like, oh yeah, I do that too. Like,
right?
Do you ever do that? Okay, never mind. She's the super clean one. But yeah, so it's just like I remember because it happened multiple times, and I said, Natsumi, can you please just take this off? And she said, Arthur, why? It was in the dirt before.
So going back to like my statement of like I think houses here are dirtier than American houses.
Yeah.
I think it's coming from that perspective of like what I consider dirty and like, oh, I don't know if I would do that. I think people kind of look here and be like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, you have to think about too, like American houses are made to have guests over. Like a lot of people, when they look at like those old gentry manors or mansions that have like 20 rooms in them.
Yeah.
Like, why do all of these old houses have these huge rooms, this number of bedrooms?
Yeah.
It's because people were always visiting.
Yeah.
And you needed those to use those bedrooms for guests, and they would come unannounced sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And in Japan, you know, people don't come over to the house so much.
No, and I wouldn't even say so much. I would say like at all.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's a difference in that.
Hey guys, if you've watched this far, you're going to love our Austin and Arthur friends.
In the Austin and Arthur Friends, you're going to really improve your English listening, and I mean a lot.
Yeah. So for each episode, you'll get English and Japanese subtitles, so you can check your listening and comprehension.
You'll also get access to a members-only community where you can talk with us, the both of us. Mainly me, right?
No, definitely not. For more info, click on the link here or here or here, or in the description box of this video.
Thanks for being our friend.
Woo!
I have no friends.
I think occasionally people will invite somebody over for dinner.
Yeah.
That will happen occasionally, but
I think you clean the house really thoroughly before they come over.
Yeah, there's a thorough cleaning here.
Yeah.
But like, I'll give you an example. Is my buddy, his daughter is 9 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And he really struggled getting like her friends' parents to really like sign on to the whole idea of slumber parties.
Oh yeah.
So now they regularly do it, but it's like walking over and talking to their parents, and like these kids are like they basically live next door.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're super far away. It's like, hey, you know, my daughter, your daughter are friends. They want to come have a slumber party. And you're just like, okay, well, what's a slumber party? It's like, well, your child spends the night at my house, and they hang out together for a night.
Yeah.
Right. And like, if you were to go into Western culture, it's like, this is like,
it's normal. I did that a lot when I was a kid.
Tons of times. I did it almost every weekend when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they have that in Europe? Do you know?
I actually I don't know that much about that, but I know in America it's a super normal thing.
Super common.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a common thing. People don't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
But it was a weird thing for them because they're just like, wait, so your daughter's going to come and spend the night at our place? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And like, they were really hesitant about that. And it's like the same thing about them coming over and staying. And so it's like the idea of like really inviting people. Like I'll get another example I had was when I first moved here to Japan, I would regularly invite my coworkers to come over to my apartment.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
why? Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because that's just what you do in America. Like,
yeah, it's just like
just hang out.
It was just for me. It was just like I didn't even think twice about it. Like, oh yeah, no, come over. We'll have a couple drinks, and then it's like,
why don't we go to a bar?
Yeah, why don't we just go to an izakaya?
Yeah,
like, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's definitely a difference with Western style wanting to host.
Yeah, I remember. You know, when my parents really care about the atmosphere of the house. So actually, you know, after going into other American houses, I realized my parents really cared about how the furniture matched with the rest of the house and how like everything was spaced out.
Yeah.
And my mom, when she came over to the place we live now, it was so funny because in her mind, the house is like your safe space where you can relax and unwind. But we only had overhead lights, you know, lights like what we have up here with light coming down. And you could turn it on a warm light or something. But in the house in America where my parents live now, there's no overhead light. We have a couple of lights on the walls, but other than that, it's mainly lamps.
Really?
So you have like one light that you can turn on that'll it's on the wall, so it'll kind of light up the whole room. But then you have lamps on like each side of the couch and stuff like that. And my mom really likes that.
I do agree. Like, I didn't even think about this until you brought it up. That like I think Western houses do use a lot of lamps.
Yeah.
And we had overlight ceiling, but actually, wow, I never even thought about that.
But I didn't really think about it either until my mom came over and she said, Arthur, there's no lateral light. I can't relax. Like, how do you live like this? I said, lateral light? Yeah, light from the side, like from a lamp. And I was like, oh yeah, we don't have any lamps. So actually, I have like a small mini lamp that I used to use like for ambiance when I was filming YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
But when she stays in the kids' room, we put that small lamp on the floor next to her so she could turn it on and read her books because she doesn't want the overhead light, even if it's warm light, you know? But yeah, so I think it's because people are more particular with that stuff. But one thing though that another person who commented on this said, you know, in Japanese schools, it's very common for the students to clean.
Not so much these days.
Not so much these days, but traditionally,
yeah. But a lot of schools are hiring on janitors now.
Yeah.
Like my previous school had one. My current school has one. I visited a few other schools. They have one. It's crazy. You just like you'll see like the daily cleaning, but even the kids are kind of phoning it in now.
Yeah.
They're not really like doing, because I remember like when I came over here 15 years ago, I always do that. Back in my when I came here 15 years ago, when I was a high school student. Like, shut up, Austin. But yeah, so like when I came here as an exchange student here, like we had soji every day. So you finished class, you finished homeroom, and then you had like a good like 30, 45 minutes. You were cleaning the classroom. Yeah. I'm talking like getting on the floor and like wiping them. Yeah. You're like, you just don't see that much now.
Yeah. So, but in the past you did see that. And when you first heard about that custom, what did you think about that?
I asked where the janitors were.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's like not my job to clean.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah. Cause technically you're the service recipient, you know, like in America, I feel like a lot of parents feel like, hey, I'm paying my taxes, so I'm the boss of you. Yeah. And my child is your surrogate boss, you know?
Yeah.
And you're going to make my child clean. That's not what they're here for. They're here for education.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so at first I was like, oh, you know, that's nice because it teaches humility. That's what I thought. You know?
Like, my opinion's changed, right? I would agree with you now. Now it's very important for kids to clean the classroom because it teaches humility, and it also creates an investment in their classroom.
Yeah, they're not going to make the floor dirty if they have to clean it later.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. They're not going to like, well, I mean, you know, a lot of junior high kids still act like animals. Yeah. You would think in theory that they would not mess up the classroom because they have to clean it, right? So it's like they have an investment. They have a stake in the game, right? But yeah, I didn't think that when I first came here. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
The janitor, this is his job.
Why'd you pay money for the janitor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get that. And then, there's this other one too that this person said. Let me read this because this was interesting. I want to know what it was like for you guys. But he said, actually, Aiueo Usagi, so it's probably a girl actually.
Okay.
But so, it says like 日本の一般的に家よりも大きなイメージですが、アメリカのうちね、奥さんが一人で家事を家の中を掃除するのでしょうか。なんか共働きの家庭も多いと聞いたことあるので、掃除する時間もないのでは、私は日本の一戸建てですら十分に掃除できてないので、どうしてるんだろう。So like American houses are so much larger than Japanese houses. Like, how do they find time and ability to clean?
I think American houses are larger, but they have less stuff.
Yes.
So I think they're actually easier to clean.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because like I feel like in Japan you have a lot more what do you call it? Like knickknacks?
Yeah.
Like small things that you put around for decoration, you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, like a lot of Americans, when they think of the Japanese aesthetic, they think of super minimalism.
Yeah. No kidding, right?
And then when you move here, it's like, well,
dude, no one's house is like that.
I know. Yeah. I know.
it's always like filled to the brim with like everything.
Yeah, well, it's like I remember just like when I was to be fair, my host mother's house was actually quite organized and quite clean. There was not many things around.
Same.
Yeah. But then when I went to other people's house, it's like, they have pictures they have little uchiwa of their idols. They have little knickknacks with Mickey Mouse.
Look, I'm not saying everyone's house is like that in Japan, but how many times have you gone to somebody's house, and especially like if they're like older, and there's just a room you can't go into, because it's
full of stuff.
You literally can't enter because it's just filled with things. Right? How common is that?
Yeah. Slowly, one of the rooms in our house is becoming like that.
I can't really criticize because, like, look, I'm gonna confess, I have a room like that in my apartment.
Yeah.
Right? It's filled with baby stuff. There's a lot of things in it.
I think in America there's more like store. So here's the thing that I think a lot of American houses, we actually are not factoring in the equation in, which is American houses have basements.
We have basements, and we also have like a lot of like just random storage rooms. Because like I like thinking back, the house I grew up in, to be fair, was a really nice house. It was huge. We had a workshop. We had a outdoor storage unit. We had an indoor storage unit. We had a garage storage unit. We had an attic. And then there was large closets in all of the bedrooms.
Guys, this is not typical. I mean, it might be typical on the West Coast, but where I'm from, where Massachusetts is one of the most
back in the tiny little brick houses that were built by the Pilgrims.
It's dude, I gotta teach you on like colonial style architecture. It's the wooden slats, man. The wooden slats.
No, but they actually used the wood from the Mayflower to build the houses. It's very historical. That's why it's so expensive.
Well, no. So the thing is that like actually, you know what happened was, so this is a total tangent, but I just have to get on this. So in Europe, the population density in Europe was so high, it was really tough for your average Joe to get along there, right? So then they moved to America, where it was much more open space. You had a lot more freedom to do stuff. But then Massachusetts and the East Coast got really overpopulated. So then people moved out west, So that's what has. But where I'm from, right, we don't have a huge house like that, but we always had a basement. And in your basement, you always have a section of your basement where you just throw all the crap you don't want to deal with. And it just kind of stays there, So in America, you do have that. But I think like, when we compare houses in America versus Japan, we just do the top part and we forget that there's a whole basement that's like another house almost.
Yeah. I'm going to say something that I don't think is true, but I believe it.
Okay.
So
what does that even mean?
Well, you just hear me out. Okay. So the Pacific Northwest was basically settled by
losers.
Not losers, by Nordic people.
Yes.
Okay. So people from like Sweden, Finland, Norway.
Golden Storm.
Like basically upper
Northern Europe. Yeah.
Right. And a lot of the theme of that is like big hall, like not like hallway, but like Viking hall style houses.
Yeah.
And a really common thing that you'll see in a lot of houses in the Pacific Northwest is that will be built in that style. They'll be like really big, like rooms.
Okay.
And is that a thing on the East Coast?
Not unless you're a millionaire, but I mean,
but like, no, I'm not even talking about like the size of the actual house. I'm talking about the room size.
Okay.
They're really big.
Oh yeah. So I mean, if you live in like the traditional houses that you need to, under law, you need to preserve, they're going to have really low ceilings. They're going to be really cramped. But for other houses, it's pretty decent, I think. I mean, it really depends on where you live, though. But I just think it's funny that you're comparing like 10th century Viking architecture to the 19th century people, the people who lived 900 years later. Like, oh, that's the same thing.
The same thing.
I don't know. I mean, now, I got to tell you, though, if you want to see really big houses, you got to go to the South.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Sure.
Because in South Carolina, you don't even have to be rich and you'll have a mansion because it's so cheap down there.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it wasn't in the middle.
Still?
Even so, even now. I mean, if it was not in the middle of nowhere, I would want to live there. But there's nothing else around there, you know.
I could
have a nice house.
I could do the middle of nowhere.
Well, we can have you leave Japan, and you can get a shotgun and like a guard dog.
Dude, don't. We don't want to bring up guns on this channel.
Guns on this
I love guns.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. People, we actually need to talk about that on. Have we done an episode on that specifically?
I think we have, but I don't think anyone watched it.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the episodes where it's like nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's just
So maybe just no one cares. I don't know.
yeah. Well, it's just a totally different kind of mindset, like with houses and stuff and cleaning. But yeah, I would say though that like I don't know. For me, the thing about the cleaning culture that's so different is the concept of the floor.
Yeah, I think that and smells.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so I think here in Japan, you don't really have scents. Like scent.
Oh, like aroma candles?
Not as not scents, like common sense. I'm talking about scents.
Yeah.
Smells in the
Yeah. So sorry, this just reminds me. What's the
interrupting me because I'm right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, so what's the deal with Americans and scented candles?
Dude, right? Yeah. So if you go into America
you go
into a house in America, you will find scent sticks, you will find incense, you will find scented candles, you will find the little plug-in things that you plug into the like people are obsessed with smells.
Yeah.
In the US, and this it's associated with cleanliness.
Yeah.
Like Febreze, another good example. There's two specific smells that Americans associate with cleanliness. The first one, mint.
Mint, that's a big one.
Second one, orange.
Orange, yeah, big time.
I don't know why people associate the smell of orange with cleanliness.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing in America.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I remember going to American people's houses and here, Aki, I know we're at time, but can you bring this up? I just want to show all these candles and
oh my God, man.
So because there are people I've been to people's houses where they'll have 10 different scented candles and they're all lit at the same time.
Everywhere.
And it's just it's like all the scents mixed together and it's just so overpowering. Like, why do you do this?
Dude, oh my God. You could go in literally any house in America. You will find scented candles in probably every room.
Dude, I feel like we should make this a whole new episode. So the cleaning episode was pretty boring, but the scented candles one,
the cleaning episode boring. But
so if you guys are interested in hearing about scented candles and aromatherapy or aroma stuff, let us know because I have a lot to say on this because this
is turned to be negative.
It is my term, but negative about my own people because in Germany they're not like this. In Japan they're not like this.
You've gone native, Arthur.
I've gone native. We can explain what that is. Wonderful, but man, okay, now I'm just thinking about this now. Well, you had to bring that up, man. It's one of my pet peeves, man.
Yeah.
It's just
with 2 minutes left in the episode.
I know we're already over time, but yeah, we'll talk next time. One day we'll talk about scented candles. If you guys want to see this,
let
us know.
Yeah.